Hey, howdy, hey, awesome people of the internet, Wolfman Force and Dasher, and welcome to another Holland Life vlog. This time I've got a lot more stuff to show off and everything. So hopefully we'll get to do that in one part of this video. But if I have to do it in multiple parts, then I will. We shall see. But first, a bit of a life update as usual. So life has been okay. Still using my CPAPs machine to help with my breathing during when I sleep. Working hard, working on videos, doing my usual workplaces and so forth. I recently went to Glasgow again with my friend 323 Lee 323. We had a good time there. EasyJet were for once actually living up to their name, being easy. Yay. And we looked at some museums. I decided to try out some places for breakfast instead of having the breakfast at the hotel because it didn't sound all that appealing to me. We also went out for a meal with my uncle, who's at the time of doing this recording is still looking for work after being forced to leave his old job because of some firing thing that happens to him that wasn't really done all that well and proper. Went to the cinema there to see I Swear again. My opinion hasn't changed on it. It's still a very good film and everything. And I think the hotel we were in is not a hotel that I'm going to be staying in again anytime soon for a few reasons. The decor could do with a lot of sprucing up, because it looked very dated, and there were some things that were kind of sort of on the side creaking and everything. On the last night we were there, I had a rat in my room, so it just came scurrying in, and I was like, yeah. I'm usually not terrified of a lot of things, but considering what wild rats do contain with the disease and everything, I was kind of terrified a little. So I slowly but gradually moved faster and just got dressed, got my things, and then went to reception to report it. They came across as they didn't really care about the situation. Like, they kind of said that they're not surprised that there was a rat in there. That it's the problem with the city of Glasgow, because when you go to the city of Glasgow, it is definitely a rough area. It's a rough area in some places, but it's not rough in everywhere. But if you go to it, your first impressions are probably going to be that it looks particularly rough when it's a city. But it is a city. So yeah, they were nice. The hotel staff were nice enough to give me another room, albeit on the same floor, which personally I would have preferred it on another floor because of the rat, but it was fine. The room that they gave me for that final night was actually much better than the room I had. It doesn't excuse the fact that I did have a rat in my room, and my friend was furious about it when I told him. So yeah, he's sort of made it his mission to try and get a full refund if at all possible. In fact, his message was actually quite aggressive, to the point where he was actually very furious and wanted that. And we're just still waiting to hear back about that. Hopefully they'll sort out a refund, but we'll see. So yeah. Also, on a sort of sad note, a friend of mine who lives in Ireland recently lost her dog. And I do feel for her, and I really want to give her a hug, because that the dog that she had she made an appearance a lot on Zooms that we would often go on, and she loved the dog very much. And if money wasn't an issue, I would actually go to Ireland to meet her and actually give her a hug, because it's really sad when relatives, pets, and so forth pass away. From my own experiences, it's difficult, and I do honestly feel for her, and I wish that she gets all the sort of love and compassion that she so rightly deserves at this very, very difficult time. So yeah. Just trying to think if there's anything else. When I was sort of getting items for this hole, I did sort of try and do better with money because both my benefits were paid at the same time, so I had quite a lot of money to use up, and I did pretty well just gradually buying stuff and not actually going overboard with it. But then, as it got towards the sort of end of that amount of money, I will admit I did have to go into my savings to sort of help me get by until I next get paid, which should have been on the Friday that's just gone. And this is, and you know, I've always struggled with money. I won't deny it. It's always been a thing I've had. I've struggled with money. I'm definitely in a much better place with money now, considering what I've got in savings and so forth. But I know I do have to save up for big things coming up, because I know there's going to be another trip to Australia coming up soon, because I've got relatives that live there. So hoping to go there at some point with my parents. And apart from that, I did the first Oliver McGowan Tier 2 train that I've done in a very long time. And this time I was able to sort of amend the script, so I get some opportunities to talk about my condition, talk about my friends' conditions, and also talk about my sister as well. And everyone appreciated my sense of humour when I said some things like, I did a quote that my sister often says when she describes me, saying that even though I do have autism just like her as well, I also have a learning disability, which means I fit into a neat little box, getting all the benefits and everything. There was also another thing I said about autistic screenings of things, where I said, I like autistic screenings, you know, no adverts, so I'm happy. When I do meetings, when I'm presenting and so forth, it is incredibly important that to me that there is a bit of humour and energy into it, because I don't know what it is, but I think a lot of people do struggle to stay awake and sort of pay attention when you got a person that's doing this training or presentation is just talking through it, not really having a very boring tone of voice and everything, and you just really want to, and I just don't understand why people do that, because if you want people to get engaged, you know, get them active, bring some energy into it, and you know, at least try and be positive about it. Obviously, if it's a negative thing, then be negative, but you know, don't be negative for the whole thing and be boring. God, yeah, it is what it is. Also, if you're doing like it in a very scripted kind of way, maybe try and be a bit more enthusiastic. Like, I've seen a lot of E3 presentations when E3 was still a thing, where people sound like they were following a script, and it didn't really sound like they were being all that enthusiastic. It was just sound like they were reading from a script. What was it? Someone was being very enthusiastic about, I don't know, a Halo game, and I could tell that it was just not that enthusiastic, because they just looked so scripted. And the only people that actually were talking that were very genuine were actually the indie developers that had that opportunity to talk about the games that they are developing and showing off. But anyway, it is what it is, and and I've also with my sleep apnea, I've also submitted, sort of told the DVLA that I've now got that. Went through a form which I should have done with my mum, I will admit, but I ended up doing that on my own while I was in Glasgow, because I had all the information on me, so I was able to do it, and it was a very straightforward form, to be fair. I've not yet heard what they've said about it to make a decision about whether I should stop driving for a little while or not, but they now know, and I'm just waiting, and at the time of doing this vlog, I'm just waiting to hear back from them, and hopefully they'll say that it's fine, that I can continue to drive, because it is controlled. And I've got a machine that's helping me. And honestly, while it's not making me feel much different during the day, I am sort of making I'm not like sleeping during the day now. I am sort of wide awake and feeling some form of energy and so on. So it is definitely doing its job. And I've been having instances where I've suddenly woken up struggling to breathe, possibly because the CPAPs machine is meant to be pumping oxygen into me. So yeah, it is definitely working. But hopefully it will work to the point where it will make me feel energetic and everything. I think it's just a case of that I need to not have too many late nights, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I think I've talked enough, so let's look at trying some stuff. So I'm going to start with a drink first of all, and this is an alcoholic drink, and I know that I'm not going to be driving again today. If I do have to drive again today, it'll probably be for like emergencies or something, but I'm hoping I'm not having to drive anymore today. But anyway, if you're familiar with Future, then you're probably familiar with this drink called Slurm. They did do an episode where it was kind of like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory episode, in which they explored the factory and so forth, with all these different things going on. But yeah, this is Slurm. So this was made by a company, I think, called Yonder, but I think I might have bought it from Brewmaster. What does it say? Our latest intergalactic collaboration has us travelling to the wild green Yonder, to planet Wormulan, braving the uncharted darkness of space and only returning when we'd harnessed the power of Slurm. Since our return to Earth, we've amped it up a notch with a touch of booze and can confirm it's highly delicious. Produced in the UK by Yonder Brewing. Okay, so it is by a company called Yonder. So yeah, let's give it a try. Oh wow, yeah. Like when I smelt it, I could smell the alcohol, but when I actually drink it, it didn't actually taste of alcohol at all. It tastes like I think it's meant to be a bit of cider, I think, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's Slurm for you, and I should point out that that's not official merchandise of Futurama. It's just inspired by Futurama. So yeah. So I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger a lot, when it was on whatever channel it was. I think it was Nickelodeon, but I could be wrong about that here in UK. I know it can be on another channel as well, but anyway, I got a little plush of, I think the character's called Yugi, who's the character that has that funny hair and has that split personality where he's one character one point and then another character the next. So yeah, that's him. And this was a last minute purchase, because I bought that off One Stop just last night or via delivery. So yep. I got some swimming trunks, which are in here. I've not tried them on yet, and because I don't strip on my videos anymore, I'm not gonna do that in this video. But yeah, I bought some trunks because a friend of mine wants to go swimming with me, and that's kind of going to help me with be more active and so forth, because I do need to lose weight for sure. Try and eat healthy, try and exercise more, and I'm definitely think I'm doing okay with that. Like every takeaway I've had now has always been healthy. Every time I take the opportunity to walk, I do a lot of walking. So I am definitely on the path of losing weight, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so gonna do two things in a row now. So I tried Takis crisps quite recently, and I quite enjoyed it from that point, and I'm going to try it again. This time it's zombie flavour, which is a limited edition flavour, and I'm going to try it with this Stranger Things thing that I found called Black Garlic Dip. I think this is the thing that was the most limited edition thing from Walker's Crisps, because you may have remembered from a previous vlog I did a video where I showed off a sort of exclusive packaging for Stranger Things, but it was from like a regular pack of crisps. But I think this is like from that. But anyway, let's give it a go, shall we? As so other YouTuber I follow says a lot. It's quite good. Oh god, yeah. They're not kidding when they say it's black. Sorry, that's not me being racist. Yeah, that is definitely very black. My goodness. I mean, you could probably use that for a plot, perhaps, in a film, but whatever. And yeah, that's the zombie, so let's try it with the dip. There we go. Oh god. Sorry, excuse me. Oh yeah. I should say that's actually the first thing I've actually eaten today. So, wow, that is so the takis is quite a kick to it. The garlic dip is pretty much as garlic as you can get. The sort of colour's still a bit off-putting to me, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's that. Wow, gosh. So another last minute purchase, which is Haribo sour skeletons. So I've tried Haribo in the past. And for those of you that are wondering if I'm doing healthy snacks and so forth, what I'm going to probably start doing now is whenever I've been having some unhealthy stuff in these videos, I'm not going to suddenly try and consume them like straight after. I'm just going to gradually consume them or give them to a homeless person, because I feel that's better than outright just trying to consume them all in one go, because my stomach needs to digest things. So yeah, but anyway. Sour skeletons. Let's give this a try. So yeah, there's different flavours by the looks of it. So I'm just going to try one because we got a lot to get through. That actually didn't taste all that sour, I'll be honest. I've had much sour things with the toxic waste sweets, but yeah, there's a bit of a sour taste to it, but still nice all the same. So I've been wanting to get a Kirby toy for a while, and while I've not got a big plush toy, I decided to buy this one instead. So it's Kirby with a little heart thing on it, and I just think Kirby's just a very cute looking character overall. I know he's particularly powerful with the sucking enemies into his mouth to gain their abilities, and then all these gods and so forth he fights. It's like he's probably the only Super Smash Bros. Character that's actually fought a lot of gods. Like for most characters, fighting things like the bosses in the Subspace Emissary and the Adventure mode in Smash Bros. Unlimited is probably all brand new to them. Whereas for Kirby, it's just basically just business as usual for him. So yeah. So as some of you know, McDonald's were doing this this Monopoly thing again, and they were giving out prizes, and I managed to get a few prizes myself, including a voucher for Photobox. And what I did with Photobox is I made a few calendars featuring photos of my sister, and although I'm not entirely happy with how it was created, I mean, you get a photo of my sister every month, so it's something. But anyway, here it is, and I'll just give you a glimpse of photos. So yeah, it's just basically all photos of my sister. May she rest in peace. I've not yet figured out what I'm going to do for the anniversary yet, but hopefully it'll be something. Probably will be a bunch of photos, and I'm just going to tell you a story and everything, but we'll see. In addition to that, I also bought a, I guess you could call this a thing to put soap on, from this company called Groom, which we're also part of the McDonald's Monopoly thing. Yeah, when you get a lot of vouchers to use up, it's best to use them up as soon as possible, so that's kind of what I did. So I did try this claw machine where I was trying to get this soft toy that's meant to basically resemble a kind of sort of ramen pot thing, and this is it. I didn't actually get this one from a claw machine. I actually bought this one using my own money, which is more expensive, but then there's less risk of spending way too much on it, and it's got a little creature inside, so yeah, pretty cute as well. And it's part of the Kawaii sort of range of things. So yeah. Okay, so as it's Halloween, of course I need to have something from Five Nights at Freddy's. So here we go, Freddy from Security Breach. I don't know, and this one doesn't do the thing with his nose. I'll probably put that in the edit, making the thing with his nose. But yeah, he does that. Move that to the side there. Right. So next is this Pop-Tarts flavour, which is new to the UK, called Frosted Choco Orange. which I have tried a bit of already, but I'm gonna try it for you on screen anyway, just to tell you what it's like. But basically, if you're familiar with Terry's Chocolate Orange, it's pretty much that, but flatter, if you want to call it that. Yeah, exactly that, but still nice all the same. Right, so I've got the latest parts of the Dalek, which I will do, which as usual I'll put onto the thing and then I'll show off in the next On Life vlog. But anyway, so here's issue 35, which as I understand it doesn't have like any sort of things that will be outside of the Dalek this time. It's just things on the inside as far as I'm concerned. I think that's for all the issues as well that I've got this time as well. So issue 36, issue 37, which has a big flat thing. God knows what that is, but I'll find out later on when I get around to doing work on that. And finally, issue 38. As usual, 4 issues every package, and the next one is going to have 4 issues plus a 10th Doctor coin to celebrate 20 years of the 10th Doctor, because everyone knows that the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant, is arguably the best Doctor around. Certainly the best Doctor in the Revival trilogy, but whether he's the best Doctor overall, that's up to you. In my opinion, he is one of the best, and until David Tennant aged, he was kind of treated as, according to Russell T Davies, he was kind of treated as boyfriend material. So yeah, and same for Matt Smith as well. So yeah. So I got another t-shirt from Bad Rhino, which is the same company that I got the trunks from, and it's a Star Wars one. So it's basically Darth Vader, Darkseid, because I like Darth Vader. He's one of the greatest villains of all time, and I do still like him. So yeah. So West Christie Squares, new flavour, honeycomb and chocolate, which I have also tried off camera, but I'll try it for you as well on here. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, that. Right, some Lego now. So as you'll know, Lego often do advent calendars, and usually every year it's Star Wars, Harry Potter. So for the last few years it's been Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, City and Friends. This year they've also decided to do one for Minecraft. Now I've not played Minecraft for a number of years, and the last thing I did to do with Minecraft was watch the film, which, let's be honest, was not a very good film, and it's getting a sequel, so God knows how that's going to play out. But yeah, that's the advent calendar. And I will admit, the film does kind of make me think that maybe Jack Black isn't all that he's cracked up to be. Like, he's great in some things, but not great in everything. But he is Jack Black. He is what he is. Now, of course, as it's Halloween, I couldn't get by without getting at least one Batman thing, and I thought this was a very appropriate Batman thing to get, which is the Legend of Batman book, The Man Who Laughs and the Killing Joke, which is basically 2 Joker stories, and it's part of the Legend of Batman range by the now defunct Eagle Moss. This is volume 34, and in chronological order it's number 8. So yeah, so it's kind of like at the beginning of his career as Batman. So now I'm going to show off a few Blu-rays for you. So first up we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. I didn't know this was a thing until I bought this. I have seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre before. It's a bit of a weird franchise because with Friday the 13th, with Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street and Chucky, they're pretty much the same timeline, the same films all the way through, and they've each had their own reboot films. And Chucky is also unique because he's got his own series as well. Halloween, the timeline's all messy. Like, there's multiple timelines that exist, so it's up to you if you want to follow certain timelines or not. And with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's like there's films, but it doesn't really. But I don't really understand where the films are set, or if they're brand new films or whatever, because they're all a bit messy. But yeah, that's that one. And going back to Batman, I've got this film called Aztec Batman Clash of Empires. So this is probably going to be one of those ideas where it's basically having the Batman mythos be used in a sort of unique setting, which I have seen before, because there was Gotham by Gaslight, which was Batman in the Industrial Era, and there's also that Batman series that's currently on Prime Video, which is kind of feels like it's set in Victorian times with some diversity going on. But yeah. So I saw this film, I think earlier this year. It's the latest film by Robert Eggers, and it's Nosferatu, which I thought was pretty good compared to the original Nosferatu, which was a very silent film. But this one is very good, and it's definitely an Eggers film because it's got his sort of style and uniqueness to it. So yeah. And I had this next film a while back, but I then had to sell it because I needed money at the time. But I bought it back, and if you're familiar with the Arrowverse, you probably know what it is. But anyway, it's Vixen the movie, which is as far as I know, one of a few animated things that's set in the Arrowverse and actually features the main stars of The Flash and Arrow, so Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin. And it kind of ties into an Arrow episode as well, because Vixen herself makes a physical appearance in one of those episodes. So yep, that's that. Right, from the same company that did the soap sort of stand thing, I've also bought some soap from them. So this is Har shampoo for hydrating coconut. It smells like coconut, so that's pretty good. Now I forgot to say that I've been to Milton Keynes again, and I did have to buy some stuff from Milton Keynes, and of course went to Lego store, bought some Lego, which is where the Minecraft rabbit calendar came from, and also bought this Lego minifigures, the Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse range, which is a good range to have because we're all waiting for the next film, so it's a good one to sort of tide us over for a while. And this is actually interesting because for the first time ever, the display plate is actually orange, so and see-through, which is, I guess you could say, is kind of sort of seeing kind of fits in well with the film is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, now just need to bear with me as I figure out how to make this one. Okay, so put that there, put you there, put you there. Where do you go? You go on that side. Oh no, do you go on that side? Oh, hold on. Oh no, you go that side. And you go here. Oh yeah, and you go there. Right, so I don't actually know which Spider-Man this is, but it looks like a sort of cyborg Spider-Man that's come from an apocalypse kind of world, which is probably has happened in the comics. I wouldn't be surprised because comics often do all the sort of different ideas you can come up with. That's probably ideas that have been done before, time travel, apocalypse, westerns, noir, and the rest of it. So yeah, that's a pretty cool Spider-Man to have. It's a shame I can't get the minifigures range in my local area, so I just have to go online or go to a Lego store, which I did. So yeah. Of course, it being Halloween, people will be thinking about Ghostbusters, and I got a Ghostbusters thing, which is the PKE meter, which has light and sound. Ooh, very interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to open it now because I've got a lot of stuff to unbox. So I'll let you know how it goes later, probably in a video or something. So yeah. So I went to a foreign food shop in Glasgow while I was there because one of the things you can take on board flights is you can take as much food as you want on a flight because there's no limit. Obviously, there might be some food that they might say no to because of certain ingredients. And with leg quiz, there is a limit. You do have a limit to that, so you have to be careful about that. But anyway, I got what looks like Japanese Skittles. So I know I've got no idea what the flavour is, and all that, but it's basically looks like a panda thing, or looks like a hand. Don't know. Well, that was quick. That tasted quite nice, but it's not like the sort of typical solid Skittles we get here. So yay! Finally, Skittles do something a little different to their usual M&Ms like sweets. So yeah. Another thing I bought from that shop was this next thing, waffles, which I think is it's a waffle thing. Salted caramel. Is it an energy thing? Let's see. Waffles are brilliant on-the-go treat for the whole family. With a range of great flavours, there's a waffle for everyone. Okay, so no, it's not really an energy thing, but still, I like me waffles. And that tasted more chocolatey than salted caramel, but I guess caramel. Oh yeah. I've actually just found the salted caramel. So. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so back to soap again. So another thing I got from Grum. So this one is, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, eucalyptus and lavender. So I'll just let you read that before I smell it. Yeah, that's got a good smell to it as well. Wow, did pretty well. So a chocolate range that's quite well known in Australia. I decided to buy one for myself because I do actually have, because I just wanted to try it on a video. But anyway, it is Milka, and I've got the caramel flavour. So this is kind of like the Cadbury's of Australia, but I think you do get Cadbury's there as well. Obviously, if you're from Australia and you're watching this, do let me know if you get this as well. But yeah, right, yeah, it's a little bit cracked, but that's okay. Yeah, I did buy this from the same phone shop, so. So yeah, the chocolate tastes a little different to what you get with Cadbury's, but it's otherwise not that much different. So I don't know. If you're familiar with Cadbury's, you'll love Cadbury's. If you're familiar with Milka, you'll love Milka. So it's down to you what you like. But for me, I think Cadbury's is the better choice. But that's just me. It's probably me being biased or whatever, me being British and so forth. But yeah, it is what it is. So obviously with Halloween, people will be thinking about this next thing, Nightmare Before Christmas, and of course Disney decides to do another Twisted Tale novel, and this time it is Sally's Lament. So this story is where instead of Jack, it's actually Sally that discovers Christmas Town, and she does what she can to save her and Jack's relationship and so forth. And I do love reading these books because it's the closest we're ever going to get to having a series about these beloved characters that we've come to know and love, that we've grown up with, sort of having a twisted take on their sort of stories. I've read a few of these before, such as one to do with Beauty and the Beast, one to do with Little Mermaid, one to do with Maleficent, I think. And I think I did show an Incredibles one in the previous Whole Life video at some point. So yeah, that's that. Another Stranger Things for you now, and this is Bitty Pop Stranger Things, which I bought from Tesco Express in Scotland. And who do we have? We have, oh, hold on. And this is actually my first ever Bitty Pop, because I'm not really sure if I get the appeal of it, but anyway, we have a little Dustin. So there you go. Yeah, it's just basically like a miniature version of the actual box. I think there's a lot of videos I see on my Facebook newsfeed which show them off. So yeah. check if there's anything else here. Nope. Alright, now it's time for some mystery boxes, and I've bought 3 mystery boxes, all from the same place, H&V. 2 I have to buy online, because I could. Another I bought at the H&V in Milton Keynes when I was there with friends. It's kind of funny because when we were actually at Milton Keynes, we went to the Pizza Hut there, and it was quite coincidental because not long after was there a news report saying that Pizza Hut is falling into decline and lots of stores are closing. So yeah, that was kind of pretty interesting time in that. And we also learned that they use kiosks now, so that's interesting. But anyway, so what have we got in this first box, which is the Funko box, and we got 2 characters that I think I'm familiar with. I'm not too sure. So first up we have Fennec Shand from Star Wars. I think this character is from, and yes, yeah, this character's from Book of Boba Fett. Not my favourite Mandalorian related show, but you know, not as bad as some of the other Star Wars shows that's on there. And Boruto with Razin Jin from obviously Boruto, which is, I think it's got connections to Naruto. You can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. So that's that first box, which was just strictly Funko Pops, which I've never actually had before. So that's nice to finally have a Funko Pop box for once. So this next one is the 9.99 Knockout. I think I've had this box previously before, but sometimes it's good to have them again because, you know, there's often new stuff in the boxes. I don't actually know if it's H&B themselves that do these boxes, but I know you can only get these particular boxes on H&B. So I don't know, unless it's an exclusive thing or something. Yeah, and I'm only just talking a lot because it's actually taking a while to get this box open. So please bear with. I'll get it open. Right, there we go. Okay, so. Here's the box. Oh, show you what's inside. Okay, so what have we got? So we have what looks like a Doctor Who figure, and it is a Doctor Who figure of an Auton, I think. Yeah, I think it's an Auton. Oh yeah, Auton. So that's you. Something from Despicable Me 3. Yes, there is a Despicable Me 3. There's also Despicable Me 4. There's another Minions film. It will never end. just like with Toy Story, it will never end because it's Illumination's baby, just like how Toy Story is Pixar's baby. So yeah. But anyway, stickers. Nothing but stickers, which actually is okay because I do quite like camo stickers. So yep. Ooh, something I've never had before. But my sister has because she reads the books, and it's Horrible Histories playing cards, specifically from Perishing Pirates. For those who don't know what Horrible Histories is, it's a series of books that are meant to sort of poke fun at history by sort of looking at different periods and sort of making them sound more horrible than they actually are, but in a sort of humorous and educational sort of way. And I think they are really, really good at doing that. So yeah. Okay, so next we have a Hogwarts keychain thing, which is pretty cool. Quite like that. And then we have a coaster. I have the simplest taste. I'm always satisfied with the best, which is a quote from Oscar Wilde. So that's that one. Good. And got one more box to show off, and then we're done. Although there is a keychain that my parents gave me, and I don't know if I actually have that here with me. So if I don't have it here, then I'll just explain to you now. It's a Highland coup with some hairiness to it, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if I left it at home the other day, but yeah. But anyway, so last box, and then we're done. If I can open it, of course. So this one has 8 or more items. It's $24.99 from H&B, which I think is good value for money, to be fair, because if the items are really good, then obviously it's gonna, then buying them separately it's gonna cost you a lot more than what you get here. So yeah, anyway. Okay. So here's what's in the box. You can see that. There we are. Okay. Back to the side. Right, so first up we have what looks like an Adventure Time thing, and it is a solar powered body knocker of Jake in a dress. Okay, I've not seen Jake in a dress before, but he is a shape-shifting dog, so you know, it's new. Star Wars figure, and it is Quora from Solo, which is obviously played by Emilia Clarke, who I know a lot of fanboys and girls into girls do fantasize over after seeing her in Game of Thrones. A DC figure of what looks like Mr. Freeze. I'll be back, Mr. Freeze. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger not a good Mr. Freeze, but you gotta admit he sort of made his mark on the world with that. Yeah. Oh, a Doctor Who micro figure. I never had these before. I guess these are the sort of Lego equivalent of minifigures. So I'm just gonna see what this is. Oh, although it might take a while to open. Yeah. Right, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this in the next part. So see you in a bit.
A few moments later.
Right, got scissors. Let's do this. Okay, so what have we? Who have we got? This. I think I've got this one before, but I'll just build her up anyway. If I remember how to. It's very different to Lego, on that, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So Sloan. Don't know which Sloan it is, but yeah. So next we have what looks like a Thor keyring. Not very exciting, but you know, Thor is Thor, so it's alright, I guess. Now I've got this book already, so I probably will give this to someone who wants it. Star Trek, Green Lantern, the Spectrum War. Yeah, I've got this book already, so I'll give it back. Let's give it to someone. Pretty good book if you like crossovers featuring DC and Star Trek characters. Right, another coaster. This time for Breaking Bad. I am the one who knocks. Pretty good, that one. And last thing is it's a 3D picture. I don't know if you can see that, of Frozen. Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Frozen. I think it's an okay film, but it's certainly not my favourite film. And I know it's one of Mr. Dan, but I definitely know it's Mr. Dan 1466's favourite film. So yeah. Right. So I think that'll be it for this haul. And last thing I will say is to just give you a bit of a channel update. At the time of doing this vlog, I'm working through some videos I've been doing with friends. So there's going to be another Overwatch video coming up. I've not yet sussed out what I'm going to do next with Mr. Dan 466 because it's not exactly been that fun playing with him like lately. So when we did the second and third part of Lego DC Supervillains, he wanted it to be a 4-hour clip, which I was firmly against because I knew my computer would not be able to do a 4-hour clip. And when we played it, it gave up after 1.5 hours. So yeah, that was a clear indication that it was not happy to do that sort of time. And the reason why I say it's not really that fun anymore is because of that reason, that he's very demanding, wants me to make long clips and expects me to edit and everything. And yeah, as you can probably tell from what I'm saying, he can control me a little bit, and I don't particularly like the way he controls me with stuff. So yeah, and with the poll we've got coming up, we've got at the moment we've had no votes so far. Please vote if you can, but if you don't want to vote, that's fine. I've got nothing against you guys not voting in the poll. It's just would be good if you did, so we got something to play. But if not, then it's not the end of the world. We can do other stuff as well. But yeah, going forward with videos I do with friends, you just don't boss me about. I'll happily make videos with friends, and I will happily go with what suggestions that they give for videos. But do not control me. Do not tell me what to do. These are my videos. I'll make them my own. I'll make them my own with my own edits and everything, and I'll be open to suggestions. So just don't control me, which is kind of a sort of thing that Dan can kind of do. I know he can't help it, and I know he wants nothing but my channel to succeed and what it does. But I just wish that he didn't boss me around when we do these videos together. And it's for that reason that I don't really put the mics on, because he's a bit camera shy, and I don't want people to sort of find out what we talk about, because it can come across as being quite frustrating and so forth, because he often keeps stating the obvious and everything. And yeah, and if you're seeing this, Mr. Daniel 466, please do not take offence to this. I do like you as a friend. I think you're a good mate. It's just going forward. You got treat game. Just going forward. Please don't boss me about when we're making videos and playing games. As for everyone else that I do videos with, you guys are fine, because you're good fun. You're good fun, and I like playing with you guys because you just give out suggestions to my videos as we play, and I'm happy with that, and you're just happy with how I do it usually. So yeah, I know I'm not always the best when it comes to editing, but I do very much try my hardest to do the best that I can. So yeah, and when I say all this is definitely not a plea to ask for more subscribers or whatever. This is just me sort of saying how I feel about things at the moment. I'm happy with where my channel is. Like, it's got it's not often that after two or so years doing this I'd get all the subscribers that I have in the moment. So I am forever grateful for the amount of subscribers that I have, which at the time of doing this vlog is nearly 830 subscribers, so which I think is pretty darn good. Let's be honest. So yeah, and those of you that don't really watch my gameplay videos, please do, because it may just be gameplay videos, but I do actually do a lot of editing in it. Like, I've put in music tracks to boss battles that you wouldn't otherwise see here in the actual game itself. Like, for example, I did a Last of Us video, part 2 video recently where I was fighting the Rat King, and instead of having the usual boss fight music, I put in Kickstart My Heart from Motley Crue, which I think is a very good piece of music to use in particularly tough boss battles and big chase scenes. So yeah, please do watch those videos, because they're not because they may be long, but they're not as sort of boring or as generic as you might think they are. So do give them a chance, please, if you can. So yeah, and that's all I've got to say on that. But anyway, that's all. That's it. That's all I've got to say. So yeah, fire off in the comments because I love to hear what you think about the things I've got. If you've tried any of the things I've tried in this video, and also, as I say, do please vote in the poll if you can, and hopefully things will be better between me and Mr. Damwell 466. It's just when we do these videos going forward, I just hope that he understands that that he has to treat me better as a friend and not boss me about when we do these videos, because I love making videos. I love making content. I pour my heart and soul into them always, and they do take up a lot of time, but I honestly do enjoy doing it. It's kind of like it's a passion for me, when I'm not working. I really do enjoy doing it. So yeah. But anyway, fire off in the comments. Let me know what you think about the stuff I've got. If you tried it, what you haven't tried, do share your opinions and so forth. Love to hear what you think. As I don't always say this, no cyberbullying or I won't tolerate any bullying, cyberbullying or whatever. I will remove those comments if that happens. So yeah, but anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe if you can, please. Those of you new to the channel, as I say, I do gameplay videos Monday and Tuesdays, usually doing like playing a long game and doing a series of videos which I upload every Monday and Tuesday, alternating between 4 games at the moment. So at the time I'm doing this, I'm doing Tomb Raider, the 2013 game, the first Kingdom Hearts, Last of Us Part 2, and Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. I'm also, every Wednesday I do a Let's Play video of a random game, open to suggest, usually a game that I pick, but I'm also open to suggestions, and it can be any game you want me to play, with some exceptions. Like, I'm not really that keen on doing like Nintendo games because of how Nintendo treats YouTubers. Yeah, they just spend way more time doing these lawsuits than actually doing what they're supposed to do, making games for people to play and allowing people to have fun with them. But yeah, it is what it is. And every Thursday I'll do vlogs talking about all sorts of things, usually in pop culture, but other stuff as well. So yeah, and the rest of the week I'll do videos with friends, as I said. So currently doing a series on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and Lego Dimensions, and I also do occasional Overwatch videos as well, and other stuff too. Hollow Knight vlogs just like this, funny short reviews of the latest things, gameplay compilation videos when I bought a game bundle, and loads more. See you in the next one. Peace to you all, and remember to always watch how much you spend, how much you eat, and remember to exercise where you can, where possible, and do not let anybody control you. Do not let anybody boss you about, because if you're old enough to make your own decisions, then you're old enough to make your own decisions. And if you are the sort of person that do control people and boss people about, don't do that, because people are going to hate you and people will dislike you if you do that. And also, if you can help it, please do not state the obvious for things, because if people already know, then don't say it. Just save your breath and talk about something else. But yeah, easier said than done, because I know not everybody can help it, but consider what you have and everything. So yeah, and also I don't do politics on this channel. I hate talking about politics. It's just a very boring subject and very frustrating subject to talk about, especially with how things are at the moment. But yeah, so yeah, alright, doodles.